Welcome to my review of the Galaxy A72, which is a mid-range phone with a massive 6.7-inch screen, a quad-camera system, IP67 certification for water and dust resistance, and other features. The prices of the device may vary depending on the region. For instance, it costs about 450 euros in the EU. Let's take a further look. Just before we start talking about the phone, a portion of this video was sponsored by Karma, an app and Google Chrome extension that uses clever technology to ensure you never miss a price drop or a coupon code. Check out the link to learn more. The Galaxy A72 looks very similar to the A52, a smaller and slightly cheaper brother. However, this phone is bigger due to its larger AMOLED screen, which despite its size has the same resolution. It is also bright, it is sharp and vivid, and it has a 90Hz refresh rate display for extra smoothness. The design of the phone is quite nice, even though the device is made mostly out of plastic. I like this blue color finish of the backplate, and the frame matches it quite well. I wouldn't say that the A72 is the most premium mid-range phone out there, but the build quality is good. However, I wish the frame used a matte coating to match the backplate. One of the standout features, IP67 certification for water and dust resistance, still a rare feature in the mid-range segment. Just like the A52, this phone has a quad-camera system. However, it has a dedicated telephoto shooter that can provide 3 times optical zoom, whereas the A52 lacks this feature. On the front, there is a 32-megapixel snapper. Now I wanted to talk about Karma that I mentioned earlier in the video. First of all, Karma used to be called Shop Tagger, which has been widely popular for years. If you love saving a ton of money while shopping online, but you don't want to waste your time looking for deals, discounts, or coupon codes by yourself, Karma does all of this and much more for you, and it is super easy to use. For instance, there are quite a few camera gear, smart home, and other tech products that I would love to buy, but the prices fluctuate significantly and you never know when these products go on sale or there is a coupon code available. For example, Galaxy phones usually carry a high price tag, but just a few months after the release, the prices drop significantly. It is a similar story with other tech products like SD cards, camera lenses, and so on. Karma is absolutely free and it follows these price drops or checks if there is a coupon code or the item is back in stock and lets you know by sending you an email or a notification to your phone. If you use a computer, all you have to do is install a Google Chrome extension, go to your favorite shopping sites like Amazon, open up the product page and save the item using the Karma button on the right. Obviously, there are many other shopping websites that support Karma and I will leave all the links in show notes for more information down below. When I use Karma, I usually organize my saved items by putting them into different wish lists so I can shop mindfully and intelligently and reduce the number of impulsive purchases. I don't have many lists though, as pretty much all of the items I've saved are tech related. Karma also uses clever tech to scan the web for coupon codes and applies them automatically at checkout. Finally, you can even earn cashback via PayPal when you shop from selected retail partners. I found Karma app on my phone to be very easy and intuitive to use, and when I log into my account, I can see all of my saved items and everything syncs up between my laptop and the phone automatically. If you want to save as much money as possible, download Karma on both your computer and your phone. It's super easy to use, it saves time and money, and it makes online shopping more fun. Check out the links in the video description down below and start using Karma today. Other key features include a headphone jack, a shared micro SD card slot, and under-the-screen fingerprint reader, which unfortunately is quite slow and not always reliable, and it requires you to tap and hold your finger for quite a long time. Just use the face unlock feature. Finally, I found the dual speaker system to be pretty good. Here is a quick audio sample. Just like the Galaxy A52, the A72 ships with a Snapdragon 720G processor, which on paper is not the most powerful chipset out there, but thanks to good optimization by Samsung, it assures good overall performance. Keep in mind that storage and RAM options depend on the market. For instance, I have a phone with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. The gaming performance is very similar to other mid-range phones and identical to the Galaxy A52. For instance, games like Asphalt Extreme or Call of Duty run without any issues. More graphically intensive titles like PUBG also run fine on HD graphics and high refresh rate, but expect to see a few skip frames. Overall, this phone was not designed for gamers, but you can definitely enjoy occasional gaming. Traditionally, Samsung's One UI 3.1 that is built on top of Android 11 has quite a few features and customization options to play with. I found the phone to be snappy, I didn't notice any lag or stutter, and in general, the day-to-day performance has been good. I found daylight image quality to be really good, and it is nice to have so much flexibility on a mid-range device. Well, the wide-angle shots could have a bit more sharpness in the corners, but they still look good, and pictures taken with a regular camera have a good amount of resolved detail, and 3x zoom pictures look quite nice. You can definitely see more detail than simply using digital zoom, which, as the name implies, gives you more reach, but the quality of images does not really impress. A 64 megapixels mode gives you a lot of resolution to play with, especially if you plan on cropping the image in post, but I would stick to a standard auto mode for general use. I'm quite disappointed with Samsung's decision to use manual macro lens. That means that some of the shots will look nice while others might be out of focus if you have shaky hands. These camera samples were taken using a tripod. When it comes to portraits, edge detection is not always perfect, but most of the portraits still look good, especially considering the lack of a dedicated depth sensor. If you love taking selfies, you'll be happy with the quality using both auto and portrait modes. I'm really disappointed by the fact that the night mode is available only using the main lens. For instance, the Galaxy A52 can use night mode for the wide angle and main cameras and even 2x digital zoom. The quality of images is good, even though some of the shots could have a bit more detail and sharpness. Still, these are pretty nice looking night photos. If you can find a bit of street lighting, you can take nice looking low light selfies in both auto and portrait modes. When it comes to video, you have a lot of versatility. You can record 4K 30fps video using the main, the wide angle, and 3x optical zoom camera, and you can switch between different camera lenses while you are recording the video. That means that you don't need to select the particular lens before you hit the record button. The quality of footage is good, yet not perfect. The handheld video shot with a wide-angle lens is very shaky. The main camera produces much smoother video, yet it is not the most stable I've seen, even in the mid-range segment. Optical image stabilization does a good job reducing the shakiness, but some phones, for example, the Xiaomi Mi 11 Lite produces much smoother video with just electronic image stabilization. See my Mi 11 Lite review for more details. Obviously, the stabilization improves when you switch to 1080p mode, but that is at the expense of the detail and sharpness of 4K. For the best results, just use the tripod and the fluid head. With this setup, 4K 30fps video looks nice and detailed. If you want to record stable and smooth handheld videos with a selfie camera, 1080p 30fps is the best resolution and frame rate setting. Just before I finish talking about the video quality, here is a quick audio test of the Samsung Galaxy A72. I started recording this video using the wide-angle lens, and I'm using a tripod and a fluid head. When it comes to battery, a 5000 mAh unit can keep the lights on for quite a long time, but of course it depends on how you use the phone. On average, you should expect to get somewhere between 8 to 9 hours of SOT. When I ran a YouTube video playback test at about 50% of screen brightness, which was more than enough for indoor use, I could get over 14 hours of screen on time. You also get a charger in the retail box, which is nice, but it is rated at 15 watts even though the phone can be charged with a faster 25 watts charger. For comparison, the supplied brick can fully charge the phone in about 2 hours, whereas the 25 watts charger fills up the tank in about 1.5 hours. If half an hour is important to you, you need to buy this faster charger separately. The A72 is a very similar phone to the Galaxy A52 except for a larger screen, bigger battery, and 3x optical zoom camera. Therefore, pros and cons of this phone are very similar. You should buy the A72 if you're looking for a device that offers nice design, IP67 certification, and good build quality despite using plastic in the construction. Also, the AMOLED screen is really nice and bright, a quad camera system is versatile, and it is capable of producing nice images and video, and the phone offers good overall performance despite not having the most powerful chipset. The shortcomings: a 90Hz refresh rate display is great, but we already have quite a few phones with 120Hz refresh rate screens. Also, the cameras on this phone are great, but video stabilization is not the best in class. Finally, the phone supports 25 watts fast charging, but it ships with a 15 watts charger. Despite these shortcomings, I think that the Galaxy A72 is still a solid offering from Samsung, but the mid-range phone market is very crowded right now. The best alternatives include the Xiaomi Redmi Note 10 Pro, Poco X3 Pro, and Poco F3, even though all of these devices have their pros and cons too. Check out my detailed reviews to learn more. At the end of the day, the Samsung Galaxy A72 is a great mid-range phone, but you should also check out what the competition has to offer. What do you think about the Galaxy A72? Would you buy this device or would you choose another option? As always, like the video if you liked it, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, drop me a comment down below if you have any questions, and as always, it was Linus, thank you for watching and see you soon.